Apple is about to do something it has never done before. And if you're sitting on iPhone 13, 14, or even a 15 Pro Max right now, this video could save you from making a very expensive mistake. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be the most significant redesign Apple has delivered in years. Not just a spec bump, not just a camera tweak, something fundamentally different about how this phone works, how it looks, and what it costs. Starting price is expected to land around $1,299 for the base configuration. The highest storage tier could push past $1,599. That is real money. And before you spend it, you need to know exactly what you are getting. Here is what the latest leaks, supply chain reports, and industry analysts are saying right now. The biggest story heading into the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not the chip. It is the design. Apple is reportedly moving to an all-new periscope telephoto system across more models, a repositioned camera module, and this is the part that caught everyone off guard, a thinner overall body paired with a significantly larger battery. Thinner body, bigger battery. That combination is not easy to engineer. And the fact that Apple appears to have pulled it off changes the long-term ownership conversation entirely. But that is not even the most interesting part. Let us talk about the A19 Pro chip, because this is where the real upgrade value starts to separate itself. Early benchmark estimates from supply chain analysts suggest the A19 Pro will deliver roughly 20 to 25% better CPU performance compared to the A18 Pro. Currently inside the iPhone 16 Pro Max, GPU improvements are estimated in the same range. What does that actually mean for you? If you shoot 4K ProRes video on your phone, export times drop dramatically. Tasks that currently take 45 seconds could finish in under 30. For creators doing mobile editing workflows, that is not a minor improvement. That is the difference between finishing a post on your lunch break or not. For gamers, early reports point towards sustained frame rates in heavy titles with significantly less thermal throttling. The iPhone 17 Pro Max introduced improvements, but the 18 Pro Max is expected to push that further with enhanced thermal management inside the slimmer chassis. Most buyers comparing specs right now are completely missing one detail that could make or break this purchase. Apple Intelligence. The AI feature set rolling out with the iPhone 18 generation is not the same surface-level version that launched with iOS 18. What is coming is a deeper, more capable on-device AI layer. One that handles writing, photo editing, real-time translation, and context-aware Siri responses at a level that genuinely changes daily workflows. And here is the critical part. Many of these AI features will require the A19 Pro chip to run properly. If you're on an iPhone 14 or earlier, you will not have access to the full Apple Intelligence feature set at all. That shifts the upgrade math significantly. Now let us talk about the camera system, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro Max separates itself from every Android flagship on the market right now. The rear camera array is expected to include an upgraded main sensor with improved low-light performance. Roughly 20% better light capture in night mode testing scenarios based on early sensor specifications. The periscope telephoto is reportedly pushing 5x optical zoom to a new level with optical image stabilization improvements that make handheld telephoto shots dramatically cleaner. Compare this directly to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, which currently sits at a similar price point around $1,299 to $1,499. Samsung's zoom hardware is strong. Their software processing is competitive. But Apple's video output, color science, dynamic range, ProRes recording capability continues to be the standard that content creators and filmmakers measure against. The Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is a real challenger in computational photography. Google's AI processing for still images remains exceptional, but Google does not offer the same sustained professional video workflow that Apple delivers with the iPhone Pro Max line. For video creators, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not just the best iPhone camera. It is the strongest argument for the entire premium smartphone investment right now. Here is where things get very interesting. The battery situation on the iPhone 18 Pro Max is a story on its own. And despite the thinner chassis, Apple is reportedly fitting a larger battery cell, potentially crossing the 4,800 to 5,000 milliamp hours threshold for the first time in an iPhone. Combined with the efficiency improvements in the A19 Pro chip built on an advanced 3nm process, real-world battery life projections are pointing toward 25 to 30% better endurance compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That is not incremental. That is the kind of improvement that changes how you travel, how you work remotely, and how often you reach for a charger during a full day. Wireless charging is also expected to see a meaningful bump, with MagSafe speeds reportedly increasing to support faster wireless top-ups than any previous iPhone generation. Now here is the part that surprised us the most. Display technology. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to push peak outdoor brightness beyond 3,000 nits, up from the 2,000 nits on the current 16 Pro Max. That might sound like a spec sheet number, but in direct sunlight, that difference is immediately visible. Reading navigation, checking messages outdoors, reviewing photos, all of it becomes easier. The Promotion 120Hz panel stays. Thinner bezels are confirmed by multiple supply chain sources, giving the 18 Pro Max a higher screen-to-body ratio without increasing the overall footprint. Apple is reportedly reducing bezel width to the thinnest ever seen on an iPhone. For professionals and creators using this as a primary content viewing and editing tool, the display upgrade alone represents meaningful long-term ownership value. Let us talk about the price and whether this investment actually makes sense. Starting at approximately $1,299, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not a casual purchase, but framing it correctly matters. If you are upgrading from an iPhone 14 Pro Max, you are coming from a device that is now 2 to 3 generations behind. You are missing the A18 Pro chip, the improved camera system, the full Apple Intelligence feature set, and the thermal management improvements. The performance gap is significant enough that the upgrade justifies the cost, especially when you factor in Apple's track record of 5 to 6 years of software support. Spread across 5 years of ownership, the $1,299 entry price works out to roughly $21 per month. For a device you use every single hour of the day, that math holds up. Compare that to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra at $1,299 to $1,499, which is strong hardware, excellent display, great stylus integration. But Samsung's software support commitments still trail Apple's in terms of real-world longevity. 7 years of updates sounds competitive, but Apple's actual delivered update quality over time gives iPhone owners a more stable long-term investment. So who should actually buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max right now? And who should wait? If you're on an iPhone 13 Pro Max or earlier, this is an upgrade you should make without hesitation. The performance gap, AI feature gap, camera gap, and battery gap are all substantial. You're not just buying a new phone. You're buying 3 years of catching up in one purchase. Every day you wait is a day you're operating with significantly outdated tools. If you are a professional, creator, or someone who builds for their time, the camera, the AI workflow tools, and the processing power pay for themselves faster than most people expect. This is a legitimate productivity investment. If you're a gamer using your iPhone as your primary mobile gaming platform, the thermal improvements and sustained GPU performance are real. This upgrade will be noticeable in heavy titles. If you're currently on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, this is more nuanced. The A19 Pro is a meaningful jump. The camera improvements are real. The battery life story is compelling. But if your 15 Pro Max is performing well for your current needs, waiting until the iPhone 18 Pro Max launches and early reviews are published is the smarter play. Let real-world testing confirm the battery and thermal claims before committing. If you're on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, wait. There is no reasonable case for upgrading one generation on a Pro Max device. Hold your device, let the 18 Pro Max mature, and reassess next cycle. For casual users who primarily text, browse, and take occasional photos, the standard iPhone 18, expected around $799 to $899, will likely serve your needs at a significantly lower investment. The Pro Max is engineered for users who push their devices hard. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be the clearest upgrade Apple has built in 5 years. The combination of chip performance, AI depth, camera quality, battery endurance, and display refinement is not coming from a single headline feature. It is coming from every layer of the device, improving simultaneously. That is what makes this a smart long-term investment for the right buyer, and a decision worth taking seriously before spending $1,299 or more. Before you finalize your decision, there is one more development brewing around iPhone 18 Pro Max pricing and availability timing that could significantly affect when you buy. We are covering that in full, coming very soon.